Our Ray Strickland spoke to the woman's attorney, who says this proves an institutional problem at the jail that needs to be fixed.
They don't even care that they're being video recorded.
The video starts with Cuyahoga County Jail Corrections Officer Robert Marsh bringing in a restraint chair. Investigators say another corrections officer, Idris Fareed Clark, is seen shaking a can of pepper foam before Marsh escorts Chantel Glass out of her cell. Glass appears to be calm. She then sits down as Marsh straps her in. But as she's tilted back, her leg kicks up, and that's when things take a turn. Police say Marsh jumps and punches Glass in the face, and a second later, Clark sprays nearly an entire can of pepper foam directly into her eyes. Glass's attorney, Subodh Chandra, described it as torture.
I don't think there's any other way to describe what we see happen on the video other than as a ritual of torture.
Chandra says Glass was then returned to her cell and not allowed to shower for at least a day.
She continued to feel the burn of pepper spray in her skin, in her hair, in her eyes for an extended period of time.
Chandra says this all started because Glass wanted to make a phone call.
There's simply nothing that Chantel Glass could have done that would justify leading her into a room and torturing her.
This video comes after the U.S. Marshal Service released a scathing report detailing various issues at the jail, including poor treatment of inmates. Chandra says this video further proves there's a culture problem at the jail.
It appears that the officers involved and those that were participating all knew what was going to happen. They all anticipated it, none of them were bothered by it, and it looked like a scene that may have played out many, many times before.
Now, Marsh and Clark were charged in April for their role in this incident. They have both pleaded not guilty. The two have a pretrial hearing scheduled for June 10th, and we reached out to the county to get a comment on this, but Russ, I was told they do not discuss ongoing investigations.
Okay, Ray Strickland, thank you.
Local businesses now say they are starting to feel the sting from the escalating trade war. Ray Strickland shows us how one small business says it's taking a direct hit.
This business is everything to me.
Cindy Michael is the owner of Harps and Thistles Yarn Emporium in Cuyahoga Falls.
I built it from the ground up 5 years ago.
Selling a lot of yarn over those years.
And that's what people come in here for.
Michael buys it every week without blinking an eye, but her most recent purchase from a company she does business with in the Netherlands
It was a huge shock.
was more eye-opening than ever.
I received the bill for customs this time, and it was $447.
More than $300 than usual.
It floored me. I had no idea it was coming.
That's because on the invoice, the company says it's from the Netherlands. But Michael says when she called them, she was told the product she thought was from Europe also comes from China, meaning she was hit with 2 tariffs. Money a small business owner like herself can't afford to lose.
I have to pay the rent and keep the lights on.
Another worry is what will happen if she's forced to raise her prices to make up for the money she's lost.
They're going to find someplace else to buy it, or maybe not buy as much, or not come in as often.
It's a tough situation for Michael and her business because the trade war between the U.S. and China is with no end in sight as it continues to escalate, with the two hitting each other with additional tariffs.
It really is kind of scary right now because it's such an unknown.
Michael says she's hoping for a resolution because she says she doesn't know how much longer she can take.
I'm not sure what the future holds for me.
And Michael plans on doing business with another company, but she's worried that she could end up in the same predicament that she's in now, not knowing if the product came from China. Using a U.S. distributor means that distributor could pay the tariff, in turn making her pay more. Doing business with a company in the U.S., more expensive too. The result of a trade war where she says the collateral damage is increasingly becoming small businesses and its customers. Reporting in Cuyahoga Falls, Ray Strickland, Channel 3 News. Hey, how you doing, Sarah? And I know you remember that video one of our newest colleagues and Mike Polk made calling the Browns and First Energy Stadium a factory of sadness. Well, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case this year. However, it may be a factory, but more so an assembly line full of happy fans going to these games and, of course, going to local bars where tonight, even though this was a preseason game, the energy sure felt different.
Here we go, Brownies! Here we go!
A season unlike any other. The Cleveland Browns, the hottest ticket in football.
Let's go.
Fans
Brownies, let's do this.
filling the stadium in places around downtown. Packing bars like Bar Louie on West 3rd to see this new look squad with excitement similar to the feeling you get on Christmas Day.
It's unbelievable. My dad is turning over in his grave.
I could not wait for this day to come.
Just for the span of the scrimmage, we did 15,000.
And you can just about double or triple that for a regular game, but these aren't the regular Browns. Bar Louie's general manager says this crowd, this feeling, and this team gives you chills because the primetime Browns are going to bring big business for them.
This is just the beginning of what's going to happen. I think this is a small dose of what we're going to see.
Die-hard fans who've been through heartbreak after heartbreak, expecting this team to do big things. A yearly saying by the typical Browns fan, but this year it's something they truly believe.
We've been coming up here a long time, even in the dark days, and you know this is a real team. This is the team. This is like back in the 80s.
It's going down, man.
So over the years on game day, even though the Browns were losing, businesses in the downtown area were winning. If they make the playoffs, you might as well bring out the Brinks truck because Sarah is probably going to be standing room only in a lot of these bars.
You can just feel the energy. All right. Thank you, Ray.